This guy looks absolutely amazing. Well done, Plarium. Cardiol is now my favorite new looking champion. Another absolutely amazing looking champ. Wow, well done, Plarium. You guys are on fire. And another godlike looking champ also looks absolutely amazing. Guys, seriously, I love the whole angels and demons thing. And I mean, literally, they all have wings now. This is absolutely amazing. Guys, well done. No wings on this one, but you can't get enough head. Oh, that looks like a nasty disease. Maybe you should get that checked. Short, stubby, probably slow. By the looks of it, blind. Ugh, I wouldn't want to be you, man. I just have one question. Is this a male or a female? I can't seem to tell which are the female lizardmen. Oh, we're back to wings. Although they're kind of small, but you know what? Well done. Still very nicely done, champion. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you're missing a couple body parts. An eye, a hand, and a ball? Oh no, I don't think that's where they usually hang from. Whoa, okay, hello big guy, but I think your helm looks a little tight, maybe a little too small, or you just have too much of the... Anyway, cool looking, I guess. Why so serious? Literally, you've taken that smile a little bit too far. But I guess, you know, kind of unique looking. And finally, this guy, which I guess you'll be evolving into Astralon because you're not that special. Alright guys, enough kidding around. Now we want to get into the important stuff. We want to go over this fusion plan of Astralon, or at least the first version of my calendar. Before I get to that, let me quickly remind you once again about Game On. Did I ever tell you guys about this platform where you get to share your gameplay? Because sharing is as fun as playing, apparently. No, but seriously, I would really appreciate if you guys could help me out on this platform. On top of that, this day is the last day for you guys to participate on the Twitter giveaway for specifically that Game On app. And on top of that, we are streaming tonight at 7:30 Eastern time. Make sure you show up for that. Where, by the way, we will have an account giveaway. On top of that, we should have some gems to give away, and we're going to do some summons, some viewer summons, but I just literally posted a short clip on Game On about me opening a couple void shards. Now, let me quickly start with Loreric Falconheart here. I didn't make fun of him in the beginning, but he is a fantastic champion. So if you can get an extra copy of this guy, I would strongly suggest you do. Decrease attack A1, that's always very winner. Remove all debuffs from one ally, then ally protection on a 3-turn cooldown, but this right here, a 2-turn cooldown for a 2-turn shield. This is a better version of Metal Shaper. On top of that, he is Spirit Affinity, which means that for the Scarab King, this is your answer. It is literally laid out for you guys. If you can't get Astralon, make sure you at least get one Loreric Falconheart. Now, onto this calendar, which there are a few crucial things to highlight. Number one, we have 3 Dungeon Divers event, and they all have only one champion in them, all right? So be cautious on how you do this. Obviously, though, it is the 4 same rare champions that gives you the same epic champion, but you can get extra copies in the Summon Rush and the Champion Chase tournament. So we're going to go over a couple screenshots from Pixnial. We're going to compare this to this fusion plan right here, but you will see that it should be pretty much on par with the previous one. We seem to have roughly the same amount of time to complete this guy, so I'm going to say that overall it should be doable for most of us, and I'm once again going to say that this is doable for free-to-play players if you've prepared in advance. On top of that, they gave us literally a dragon tournament to get extra resources, all right? So we're starting with a Champion Chase tournament for a 2-chance void event. Depending on how unlucky or lucky you are, you could have to open up to 23 void shards to get your rare. But if you're or if you have enough, open enough to get your copy of Loreric in here by opening more void shards. It's a 2x event. It's a better time to do it than the Summon Rush, which is going to be a 10x event next week. You would have to open a whopping 150 ancient shards if you want to get a copy of Loreric, all right? So I strongly suggest you work on the Champion Chase tournament. Then for the artifact enhancement events, we have 2 of them. I'm going to say that the second one, which is longer, is going to require more points. We've seen that before on the events from our Pixnial. We've had 2,000 points before for a rare champion, all right? So do assume that that is going to be like that, and I'm saying it's going to require about 7 million for the first one, about 10 million for the second one. Second artifact enhancement event you see right here was 1,500 points instead of 2,000. Then we've got a champion chase tournament. This is what we have ongoing right now. It's literally the same values, and we're using void shards, or at least most of us. I'm probably not going to push any further. Some players are already well into the 10,000. Literally, one guy here is at 10,000, or was at 10,000 when he started out, and I think the same thing is happening in my tournament right now, so I'm just going for my regular stuff, right? Then we've got a champion training event, not the tournament. This might change. You know why? Because we only have we only have 2 champions in there. So where are they going to be? I'm going to assume that the rare void is going to be well above or close to 7,000 points. That is what it was before, but because there's only 2, the first one might be around 4,000 points, or maybe as low as 2,000 points. I'm saying about 2,275. So again, be careful with this. It doesn't look like we can get an epic champion out of this event anymore. So that is different from the previous one. Then we've got a classic arena takedown. It's saying 280 points. It's the same thing we have in the tournament right now, but I will caution you guys this. We have seen 455 points before. So assuming you are in gold 4, it's about 24 wins. If you're in silver 4, it's about 35 wins. Should be doable, right? But if it's 455 points, you're looking at 38 wins for gold 4 or 57 wins for silver 4, all right? So do account for that. You might need to spend a couple refreshes on your tokens. Then we've got classic arena takedown number 2. The one for Pixel was the same, 280, 280. But again, we've seen 455 before. Dragon Tournament had a rare void champion. Same thing in this one, so I'm going to say that this is going to be around 2,200 points. The other tournaments, I'm going to say that they're going to be at their usual, which is about 1,800 points, all right? So down here, I tell you guys roughly the amount of energy you would need for stage 20, all right? So stage 20 would mean about 1,600 or 1,700 energy for your 1,800 points for all 3 tournaments, except Dragon, where you might need closer to about 2,000 energy. If you're doing stage 17, it's roughly on par. Same amount of energy for amount of points for you to get your rare, all right? So it's still doable. You got plenty of Dungeon Divers event to do, and if you've prepared some food ahead of time, then this shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's keep going with the next one. We've got Dungeon Divers event number 1. This might change drastically, all right? So be careful with this. They all have only 1 champ, not 2, if I understand correctly here once again. So the first one would have been at 1,500 points. We know very well it's not going to be like that. I'm thinking they're each going to be around 2,000 points, 3,000 points, maybe all the way up to 4,000 points for each of them. Or perhaps, let's say, the Void Rare is going to be a harder version of, let's say, the regular Rare champions, all right? So I'm saying here, roughly about more than 10,000 energy to get them all. That is a whole lot of energy, but don't forget you're doing the dungeons at the same time. And this is probably the biggest difference in this fusion. It is the fact that we have 3 Dungeon Divers event. Then let's keep going here. We're almost done. Pay attention. We've got Dungeon Divers event number 2, probably the same thing. Here's a Fire Knight tournament at 1,800 points for the rare. So again, I'm going to assume that that is also correct. We got Ice Golem tournament, same thing. This was the Pixel fusion. And then for the potions, I didn't do the potions yet because they are always the same. So it is going to be exactly like this. You're going to need roughly 80, not roughly, exactly 80 arcane lesser potions, 40 of each of the affinities, 108 greater arcane, 36 of each of the affinities. Then we got 12 superior arcane and 6 of each of the affinities for a total of 240, 250, and 36. This is always the case. If you haven't prepared ahead of time, don't forget to farm your potions on the days that the keeps are open, especially the void one, which will obviously only be opened on the Sundays. Then we've got the Spider Tournament, 1,800 points, probably the same thing. And we've got a Summon Rush, which I'm using the values for this right here. I'm going to say about 1,070 points for the rare, and then about 3,000 points for another copy of Loreric. Again, don't go for Loreric in here unless you plan on, you know, going all out on a 10x event. Not my favorite event to do. So guys, there you have it, a quick breakdown of the fusion calendar for Astralon. And if some of you guys are wondering why there isn't any values on the champion training tournament, it is because we haven't had one for the previous 2 fusions of Vergumkar and Pixel. So I'm gonna say probably around 7,000 points. That's going to be my rough estimate, as that is what it was for the fragment fusions. All right, guys, so there you have it. Hopefully you guys are excited to get this champion. I think he looks absolutely amazing. I think he's going to hit extremely hard, 1600 attack to start with, not to mention an AoE stun 100% on top of what I'm going to say probably a nuke, right? So absolutely amazing champion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.